The 90s to early 2000s. Man, what a time to be alive. Oh my raw. The music, the fashion, the films, it was the golden age when black culture was the conversation. Today is an appreciation day. So let's take a trip back to a time when black people were the blueprints. R&B ruled the charts and individuality was celebrated like never before. I'm Kayelle and I'm back with some facts you didn't know, perhaps. Back then, black people defined pop culture. Think about Eddie Murphy's Boomerang from 1992, a film filled with powerful, beautiful black women like Halle Berry and Robin Givens, and wealthy black men with style, charm, and class pursuing them. Eddie even said some white audiences complained there were no white characters in it. Check this out.
Like I'm reading this through from the LA Times. This review, it says, the most intriguing aspect of Boomerang turns out not its story, but its racial composition. It says, this takes pains to create a reverse world from which white people are invisible. Now,
oh yeah, this cat in the LA Times is tripping because there were no, there were white people in the movie, but there were no white leads in it. And you take the picture like Boyz in the Hood. No one tripped about that because it was, a movie that dealt with like a violent thing, but regular thing, and it was business. So we're the white people. Who's running that office? It was that kind of. So when you get that type of criticism, you can't really trip on it. Or if someone's reviewing a movie and they're tripping on me, personally, I don't even.
Well, it's a cultural bias. It's the type of thing where people say they're not used to seeing black artists in these roles, so it seems odd to them. But I would say,
well, you better get used to it, because I ain't going no place. I ain't going no place.
And I saw.
But that was the whole point. For once, the spotlight was fully on us. On the runways, Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, and Veronica Webb weren't just models. No. They were cultural icons. Their faces were everywhere. On magazine covers, in music videos, and campaigns worldwide. Everywhere. And when it came to music, the ladies dominated. Whitney Houston, aka The Voice, Mariah Carey, the Songbird Supreme, Lauryn Hill, Janet Jackson, Brandy, Aaliyah, Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige. These women were forces. They showed young girls what was possible. Music in the 90s had heart. R&B was still romantic. It was about love letters, not just late night texts. Groups like Jodeci, SWV, TLC, Boyz II Men, Total, Dru Hill, and 112 were giving us harmonies that made you want to fall in love. Even the solo male singers were in their bag. Tevin Campbell, Keith Sweat, Joe, D'Angelo, Maxwell. The list is endless. The talent was overflowing, and although I'd rather not bring him up, it would be wrong to ignore his influence on 90s R&B. R. Kelly was everywhere during that time. He wrote, produced, and sang some of the biggest hits of the decade. Now, let's be clear. We all know the truth about him today, and none of that is excusable. But if we're talking strictly about the music of the era, his presence was undeniable. And of course, Michael Jackson was still alive, releasing music that was a call to do better. Songs like Man in the Mirror, Heal the World, although from the late 80s but still influential and worthy to mention. Earth Song and They Don't Care About Us actually made people reflect on the world. These are such powerful mantras. I listen to them till this day. Rest in peace, Mike. Even black cinema was in its prime. Spike Lee was giving us powerful stories, but he wasn't alone. Directors like Julie Dash, Darnell Martin, and Maddie Rich were telling our stories from different angles. We got classics like The Best Man, Love Jones, Waiting to Exhale. Even the so-called hood films like New Jack City, Menace to Society, Set It Off, or Boys in the Hood. And the thing is, even those films had morals. They taught us about struggle, resilience, and the dream of making it out. And for comedy, the Wayans brothers had us laughing with shows and films like Scary Movie or White Chicks that captured our humor and creativity. But not just them, the sitcoms were doing it as well. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a must-watch. Martin, Living Single, A Different World, Moesha, and much more. Drop down in the comments which was your favorite comedy show. Now let's shift it to fashion. Fashion in the 90s was fearless. It started cool and tomboyish. You know, baggy jeans, jerseys, oversized fits. Then it evolved into sexy, but it was never about overexposure. It was about style. Hair was art, braids, twists, afros, pixie cuts, relaxed, natural. Women were experimenting and setting trends that people still copy till this day. In other words, there was individuality. You could be Aaliyah in baggy pants and a crop top, or Lil' Kim in bold, colorful looks, or Sade and Erykah Badu in natural elegance. Everyone had their own lane, and that's what made it beautiful. Now, before I end this video, I quickly want to highlight how interesting the sports branch was. Basketball in the 90s and 2000s hit hard, didn't it? With Michael Jordan leading the Chicago Bulls and having Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen by his side, they were definitely an iconic trio. But shout out to the rest of the Bulls team, because their chemistry was incredible. Kobe and Shaq's legendary rivalry, despite playing for the same team, the Lakers, is known till this day. Serena and Venus Williams dominating the tennis world as black young girls, and Mike Tyson scaring others in the boxing world. So yeah, the 90s to Y2K was the era. It was a cultural blueprint, a time when black people weren't just influencing the culture. In fact, black people were the culture. From the music to the movies to the fashion, it was bold, it was soulful, it was revolutionary. And even though times have changed, that era still inspires us today. There's no denial. Because the truth is, the 90s were a movement. They just didn't know it yet. But we're from the future telling them now. So tell me, what's your favorite 90s or Y2K moment? Film, song, style, whatever. Drop it all in the comments and let's keep celebrating the golden age together. Thank you for watching this video. Take care and peace.